How many times must I return in the flesh? And how many deeds must I do to return to the power of all that is pure? The power of choice has many dimensions of reality in a world filled with illusions of the flesh. I have chosen to take a mystical journey in the flesh, which creates the illusions I desire, while educating me with the lessons I need. In this return, I have left my place of birth to find my life path. I walk alone in the sands, not knowing where I will end up or what I will do next. I journey without fear, with only anticipation for my next adventure in the flesh. As this new story begins, I find myself wandering in the hot desert sands with no shade in sight. Although I am alone, the excitement builds inside me, just from the imagination of what my next encounter will reveal. I know the desert and sand have many mysteries and surprises scattered about, and if I just keep walking, I know I will soon be in the company of one of these surprises. I have been under the sun for what seems like months, and have not run into a soul since my journey began. Each time I think I hear someone, or see the signs of others from a distance, the closer I get, the more obvious it is to me that I am dealing with another figment of my imagination. The power of a lonely man's imagination can start to play many tricks on him when the company of reality has eluded his presence for such a long time. My journey has pointed me in the direction of a tall hill of sand, which I didn't notice until I was standing right in front of it. This hill was all sand and the same color as the rest of the sand around me, but for some reason it just felt out of place. It had been configured in a way which shot straight up to the sky, as if someone had built it to block the sun in order to create a spot of shade in the middle of nowhere. I noticed the skeleton of a man with a bag strapped across its shoulders, lying half buried in the sand. He had obviously not quite made it up the hill before dying in the spot where I found him. My water and food supply were at the 2-day mark, and if I did not find some type of town on the other side of this hill, I would have to start searching for sustenance. Looking down at the skeleton, I knew that I did not want to end that way. I stood in front of the hill for a few minutes to absorb some shade and get my bearings before traveling up the humongous monster of sand. As I stood in front of the hill, I could feel sand falling on the top of my head as if someone were kicking it from above. When I looked up, I did not see anyone, so I just figured it was the wind. I soon started my journey up the massive mound of sand, hoping to get to the top by nightfall. The higher I walked, the harder it seemed the top would be for me to reach. I did not allow myself to be at all discouraged by the hill, and I continued to leave even more footsteps behind me in the sand. This went on for 2 days, and there I stood, not even halfway up the hill, and no food or water left for me to nourish myself. I did not lose hope, because I knew that my life lessons would not abandon me on a hill in the desert. There had to be some reason for my supply to run out at that location, so I continued my journey, hoping only for the best. One good thing about the hill was that it blocked the rays of the sun and provided some shade for me in the middle of nowhere. As I made my way ever higher up the hill, I continued to tell myself that I could make it to the top, and once I reached the top, I would then be even closer to my destination. So, struggling to get to the top of the hill, I could again feel sand falling on my head. I continued to brush it away and proceeded forward with diligence, and the conviction that I could make it to the top. However, the sand started falling on me even harder, and I could now see the silhouette of a person approaching me. I stood tall and excited to finally meet another person after so long. It was a man coming down the hill, carrying a bag over his shoulder, just like the one on the skeleton in the sand. He was traveling opposite my direction, so I had a good feeling about the direction I chose. We stopped to talk for a while because we both had information about the direction the other was taking. He told me of the town he had last visited, which was the town I would come to next. He spoke of many beautiful women who were single and wealthy. He informed me that I could live like a king there, or take what I wanted from them and then leave, as he did. I could not wait to arrive at this place.
Wow, I really enjoyed this video. I can't wait to see what's next.